Righto guys, welcome today to this training session. Basically I'm going to try to do this in less than 10 minutes. So you'll see here you're given a unique link. This will be unique to every client that has an account. Basically you'll go to that URL, you'll plug in your username and password, hit the remember me, and then once you're logged in, you'll be taken through to your dashboard. Here in your dashboard, you'll just see some stats around your proposals. Basically, what you see here will depend on what your permission is. If you're an office admin, then you'll see all the proposals and then all the stats on all of those proposals for your account. If you've just got permission set as an individual agent, then the proposals that you'll see here will be just your proposals. And then when you're looking at these stats here, what's been approved, what's awaiting approval, this will just be your proposal. So you can change the time frame over here for that, 90, 180 days, or go by a month. You can then say, well, look, I want to see the commission value over that set amount of time, what's been approved, what's awaiting approval, or what the asset value is, i.e. the property value. A bit further down the page here, you can see the latest proposals that have had any interaction. So you see this one 6 days ago, that one 7. You can see what's been accepted, recently created, and then down here, these are the unopened proposals, and it's quite popular. It basically means that the potential client hasn't opened up the link that you sent through. So it just means you can go through, work out who they are, give them a call and just say, look, you know, have you had a chance to look at my proposal? Now, if you click through to one of these, it's going to take you through to the proposals tab. In here, you're going to see a little bit more information around the proposals. You can filter by what's published, you know, what's been approved. You could select what the type of proposal is here, like information brochure, sales proposal. Well, there's no information brochures, so go back to sales proposal. And you can filter via date and status. If you go a bit further down the page here, you can see some more information. So this particular proposal, you can click this button to change the status. You can see, you know, when it was created, who the vendor is, the address, author, lead agent. Basically, the author is the person that's created the proposal. They're not going to appear on the front of the proposal unless they're the same as the lead agent. You can see how many times it's been viewed, edited, etc. So if we clicked on this particular proposal, you go through to this page. Here you can see, you know, when the potential client opened it, the amount of times they did it. You can preview it down here. You can get the live link over here. Just click on that, opens it in a new tab, and you'll see that there's a unique URL. And then back here, you can go in and edit the proposal. And basically, when you edit a proposal, there's 4 steps: the proposal details, the property details, general elements, and then the layout. So what we might do now is go through and create a proposal. Basically, you hit this new proposal button. We've got this particular account hooked into Price Finder, but the first thing you'd do is you'd go, right, I want to do a sales proposal. You'd then type in the address, and because it's hooked into Price Finder, what it'll do is look up the address in Price Finder. So you'll see it's searching now. It's found the address. You click the button, and it'll call through the information from Price Finder. So you can go down here to proposal name. That's what it's by default. You could change that. You enter in the vendor details. You can put in multiple vendors if you wanted to. You know, what's the method of sale. You'd put in, by default, it's put me in as the lead agent because I'm logged in. If you wanted to do another agent or multiple agents, you just do that. Enter in the price estimate here. If you wanted to put price in text in place of price, you could do that. If you don't enter data in any field, it just won't appear on the front end. Now, what are your commission? You can have multiple options. If you wanted to scale, fixed fee, at the moment we'll just stick with 2.5%. Down here, if that button's ticked, it means every time the potential client opens the proposal, you receive an email. You could do proposal expiry if you wanted the proposal to go offline at a certain date in the future. If you wanted to be reminded to go in and update the proposal after X amount of weeks, say 10 weeks, you'd select that here. It just means if the market's moved or there's been new sales or new properties that have come to market, you can update those comparables in the proposal and then send them off to the client again. And then password protect, you can just put that in and enter the password. So you hit next. Go through to step 2. This is all about the property. You'll see here that this data is being pulled through from Price Finder. You can edit any of this data. You know, if there was data missing, you could put that in. You know, whatever fields you don't enter data for just won't appear on the front end. There's some features here for the property. These have been pre-selected because I've got that set in settings. So you can set that. If there was a new feature, you know, you could just add that in. Next time you go to create a proposal, that feature will automatically be in there. So that's that. With property description, you can paste one in. Photo gallery, you'll see these photos have been pulled through from Price Finder. Now, some of these photos you mightn't want, so you can just delete. You can change the order of photos. You know, if you wanted to manually load a photo, then you could just click on this button, select from your computer or select from your media library. So we don't want to go through with that. So that's how you sort of load photos. The next thing is the comparable sales. So what's actually on the market at the moment? You'd click this. We put in a radius search. And basically what this doing is it's calling Price Finder. And remember, we've got an integration with Price Finder and CoreLogic. So you just have to tell us who you would like enabled. You select the properties that you want. Click them, add them in. Now, if you wanted to change the order, drag and drop, if you wanted to edit or delete, you can select those options. And even if you wanted to manually add, you can do that. And similar for what's actually sold. Again, click that. You do a radius search, time frame for, you know, properties sold within that date. Click the button. Again, it's calling Price Finder. You would go, you know, what do I want in here? These ones. Add that. Basically your properties come up. Now, if you wanted to change something, you could just go edit. You know, I actually know that that was 3 million. So you put that in and that's there. You'll see that it's updated. If there was an off-market listing, then you go, look, I want to manually add one. So you type in the address. If it already existed in the database, i.e. someone else had added it previously or you'd added it, then you just select the property and go add. You'll see that it's here. And then, you know, if you'd done a search and it hadn't existed in the database, let's say this one, nothing's come up, then you go, well, look, I've got to add this. So you select that. You go, put the address in. This is calling Google. You know, it's come up with the address. You go, you know, 2-bed, price, you know, 1.2, building size, 456, and go save. Then you go add and you'll see the properties appears here. This one doesn't have an image because I didn't load an image. So that's all your comparables. Next step is you go through to step 3. You've got this default content. You can vary this however you like, personalize it for this proposal. You've got all that in there. You go down here to your campaign calendar. You can just select your campaign calendar. These are controlled in settings. You know, when's the start date? When's the end date? You know, who's in your support team? What testimonials you want. Again, you can control the team, the testimonials, the references, all in settings. Our marketing schedule. You can add items here. This is more around the recommendation for this particular property. And then the actual cost of the marketing items in the campaign, you just tick there. You can add a new one here. You just put in the name, the price, and go from there. Anything you add in will appear for your next proposal. And then with your sold listings, you basically can just untick them here. We could configure this so there was a drop down saying, you know, this, I want to see this agent's listings. I want to see listings from the last 50 days. So it just depends on how you want that configured. Once you've selected your sold listings, you go to next step. And the last step is really around the order of items. So you might say, look, I've sold a property 3 times for this person before. He doesn't need to know about our difference or our method of sale. So let's not display those sections. And then you might say, well, look, I want to actually put my testimonials down here in the next step. So let's change the order of that. Once you're happy with the order and the items that are appearing, you hit publish. And what it's doing is it's generating the proposal now. once it's saved, it'll take you through to where you can preview that proposal. And as you can see from here, you can go through it. And then, the last step is, well, what's a unique link? And you click on that and you basically get that unique link, which you would copy and paste into your email or into your CRM and send it out. So if we go back to the dashboard, that's basically sort of editing a proposal. You'll see that, that's the latest one there. The next thing is your settings. So this is where you can go in here, look at the manually added comparable sales, edit them. Testimonials, your testimonials will appear here. You can edit them, add a new one, and then the same with your references. And then the last sort of part in here that you'd look at would be your profile. And basically in here, you've got your username and password, all your personal links, your stats, photo, description, and Rate My Agent. This is where you put your Rate My Agent code if you want that to display in your testimonial section. So that's basically it. If you've got other questions, jump on our blog and have a look at some of the videos that are there. Thanks.